essentially what it is we use evidence-based data, right? We have a very robust data team that basically scours through reports. They have I am not a data person, so they have computer systems that tells you like what's the heightened time for when we can expect crimes, specific crimes. We have, if burglaries, if robberies, shots fired, all of these different things that it will basically lend them to be able to track and anticipate future crime. I'm not completely versed on it, but based on that, we have what's called directed patrol. And so what we have is on-duty resources that are dedicated and assigned by the sergeants that work at the Southwest Precinct, and I'm talking about our precinct here, that are dedicated to the hot spots. We'll call them hot spots, and there's several of them at Southwest Precinct. But such as, first of all, this is one of them. This is a spot. We have Alki in the evenings for the disturbances of the racing and the loud noise. We also have High Point, which, again, I understand High Point's a separate community, but I feel like it's close, so we'll hit it along the way. Right now, we're also really focusing on the schools, is making sure that the schools feel safe at the arrivals, at the noontime, the lunch hours, and at the dismissals, because we have a lot of individuals that don't feel safe, especially with the immigration things that are going on and the concerns about is there ICE running around, which we do not assist ICE at all, just to put that out there. We're not part of them, we're not an agent of them. Our chief and the mayor were very, very focused on saying that we are not part of ICE. So our whole thing is trying to make people feel safe. There was a news article not that long ago regarding the thought that there was somebody rolling around saying that they were ICE, and that was not the case. What are some other areas? South Park, clearly we want to make sure South Park is feeling taken care of as well. Where's that?
Highland Park.
Highland Park, you got the RVs and the encampments, and you have that community who's had to deal with the whack-a-mole situation. We move it and it shows up elsewhere. And we work, and we work with a variety of different partnering agencies. It's the Unified Care Team, and that is, actually I give my hats off for those individuals because they meet weekly and talk about, it's a system, it's like a point system. It's basically who should we be addressing first based on their criteria, and they work with the police, they work with our alternate response team, they work with our crisis, the mental health issue people, right? Crisis intervention team and mental health professionals. We go out, the whole thing is all about going out, making offers for services, cleaning up the area, which, at first that's huge.
Yeah.
And the community that lives there needs that because it's their community, right? So that's helpful. So we do have a lot of different directed patrol, which is very much specific to handling these hotspots. And when I say this, it is not only a response to 911 calls, it is preventative. It's getting out there, being a presence, rolling through, being seen. Honestly, in true good law enforcement work is presence. It's being out there, seeing you, engaging with you, having these relationships before we need them. So I'm happy to be here. But the directed patrol, when they're during the day, hopefully our goal is to get out in front of it and prevent people from wanting to come here at night, if that makes sense. We do have a lot of other things. Well, wait, let me get back. We also have what's called violent crime reduction. Wait, hold on, there's so many acronyms. Violent Crime Reduction Team, we'll call it VCERT. And they're there on Friday and Saturday nights. And that's still made up of patrol officers. This is on a overtime basis where they're doing directed patrol specifically to handle these same areas. That being said, when these people are handling directed patrol, they are not answering 911 calls. 911 calls that are of a less priority. Let's just be clear. So the ones that are priority 1, life safety, shots fired. When you guys call in shots fired, which by the way, excellent reporting here. Very, very good reporting here. They will respond to that area if they're not already here. But things like your vehicle got stolen, you have a fraud call, you're missing some, whatever the case is, that is going to be a slower response. It just is. We have alternate ways of reporting. You have online reporting, and you also have telephone reporting. Let's see. We have the follow-up detectives. Right now, we have a variety of different follow-up detectives that work together. You have the robbery unit, which they're part of the, it's one unit, but there's several different, what is it? It's one section, but there's several units in it. So you have robbery, gun violence reduction unit. What's that?
Violent crimes unit.
Violent crimes unit. They follow up on this data that they get. So like for instance, when you all call and there's shell casings, and I apologize if you already know this, I'm not trying to be condescending, I have to think about how it works, but essentially a casing is like a fingerprint. So what happens when we collect all those casings, we run it through a system, and that system can show, hey, this was used by this gun, and we actually have that this gun was used at a different scene. So they're able to connect things. That takes time, data, okay, and resources.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yes.
Like, do you have any like lead, or like have you identified some of the people that were, for example, in this initial shooting?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I think that's a communication gap that we as a community might have.
Sure.
Like we report like, oh, there is a shooting, but we never
know what happens.
hear back like what happened, if it was actual an incident, if there wasn't, what will be the follow-up, and I think that will be super helpful for us to somehow be able to receive feedback from the investigation from you all as well.
And that is something that Jen from the Crime Prevention Coordinator can definitely follow back up. She has access to the reports to find out who's assigned those reports, what the status is. She can also go through the sergeants in patrol or myself or whomever to reach out to those other units and find out what's going on. Before I